Hey everyone, Average Gamer Cabby here. I'm going to cast a 2v2 because I like casting a variety of games, but you guys are going to have to bear with me because I get super confused with names at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up production here. I'm going to call it out by color for the most part. We've got yellow and teal versus green and purple. Yellow is going to be our Zerg. Wait, what is it? It's Zerg and Terran. So we've got TZ versus TP. So that's pretty cool. We got Evil Genius's Strife, Strife Crow, and Evil Genius's Axe Slav versus GoSu Gator'd and GoSu. Oh no, one Kaihal. So two Evil Geniuses players. It's a pretty sort of ominous team to be playing against. These guys probably play together all the time. So I don't know. I'd be scared, but we'll see what they come up with. So 2v2 obviously very different than 1v1. We'll see some pretty cool openings, I'm guessing, and sometimes you can do cool things like funnel gas to the other player and whatnot. You know what I mean? It just opens up a lot of possibilities for a really cool strat. So we've got right now both players sort of droning up. Strife going for, well, he's already at 15. We've got a barracks coming in up here and gateway coming in here. So production facilities from every player except for Strife right now, who is droning like a madman and going for, wow, a hatch first in a 2v2. You rarely see that, let me tell you. Hatch first 2v2. Okay. So, teal working on gas and barracks. We got purple up here with barracks times two barracks. So looks like he did probably a 12-14 for barracks. And green up here doing gateway, and that is it. So it's pretty standard. Cybernetics core coming in, making a long pathway that people have to walk around behind. Got a spawning pool coming in finally from Strife. So obviously did his hatch first, then going spawning pool. Got some gas coming in for purple. Let's go take a look at what his base looks like. Just get ourselves straightened out. Yep, both of these just not even really producing. Oh yeah, they're both producing now. They weren't for a second ago producing anything. So I don't know if he was supply capped or what. Didn't look like it. Oh yeah, nope, he wasn't. He wasn't at all. So I don't know what's going on. We've got first Zealot coming out for Gator'd up here, the green Protoss, and we've got our four Zerglings coming in for Strife. So we've got our first units kind of coming out. This base just starting to get underway. I mean, it's got a queen coming in. We've got our first drone reaching there. Got Marines underway for teal and a factory coming in. A lot of people who play with Zerg will have the Zerg like mass all their mineral units, so like a few extra queens for defense against any sort of air attacks, and a lot of Zerglings, and then the Zerg player will mine gas, however, and funnel it into whichever player they're with, so that that just sort of maxes out the efficiency of whatever type of units they want to do. There's actually a really cool Colossus Rush strat that Destiny did with one of his friends in a 2v2 that was really cool. He was Zerg and he just went full on Zerglings and then funneled gas over to the Protoss partner, who was able to go early Colossus Rush and had like 6 Colossus ready to go before anything else. So we got 2 barracks here, we've got a factory, we've got a starport coming in, and still no sort of aggression on the field, which is nice. So everyone's kind of free to macro a little bit here. Roach Warren coming in for Strife, but I feel like he's just a little behind. Maybe not so much. I mean, other players only have about 3 units on the field. Twilight Council coming in, so we'll see some blink play probably. And looks like we got a starport coming in, 2 starports coming in, and a factory to finish a wall off really quick here. Maybe. Yes, it does. Teal doing a bit of scouting, maybe putting a little pressure on with his Hellion here. Mostly everyone's just kind of chilling out right now. Very relaxed game. Nothing crazy going on. It's the kind of stuff you want to see. Just nice and relaxed. No one having a heart attack, freaking out. Plenty of time to macro up. There's our siege tank on the field. And siege research about 2/3 done. Blink research still going a little over halfway. Looks like we've got strife going. A bunch of roaches about to come in, and I think they're getting ready to put some pressure on. Starport's coming in with banshees. Whatever happened to the starport down here, actually? Yeah, it's going with Vikings. Interesting. I guess fearing that, I don't know if they scouted actually that any starport from anyone else here. Let me just take a look here. There they are. They have not scouted that. So interesting that they would go Vikings right now. I guess just to be safe. But pretty cool. Or maybe, no, I was going to say to harass a Zerg player, but that would really work against him because the only Zerg player is on his team. What do we got going on here? Spreading some creep. Going with, oh, here we go. Oh, look at that. Green takes out the Viking of Axlav. So Teal's Viking dropped. Ooh, taking out an Overlord here. See if that supply caps. It does not, or supply block, sorry, it does not. Pretty great units here for defense, pushing the siege tank around. I don't think they're going to have trouble holding this off. I'd be surprised if they did, but here we go, our first sort of aggression. In come the Banshees, but they are not capable of cloaking, so they've got to be really careful here. Ooh, huge blink up. Very huge blink up. Oh my goodness. And these guys are going to have to blink out and run. Whew, interesting engagement there though. Holy Banshees, Batman. So many Banshees coming in. And they are very powerful against ground units. Whoops, sorry, I just knocked over this big jug of juice. But the cap was on because I'm a genius. But, so sorry if that made a loud noise. But let's see, we got our Vikings heading up this way, kind of watching the army movements. Ooh, a little bit of an engagement here. But those Zerglings will get cleaned up easily. Let's see if these can do any damage. Looks like we got one Viking, or one Banshee down. Can he push two Banshees or no? Don't think he'll be able to. Reinforcements show up kind of, and you want to kind of back away. Either player doing anything crazy. We got some upgrades going from purple and yellow. Pathogen gland, so we might see some investors. Sweet. And otherwise, looks like pretty standard play from both players. We got some Marauders coming in for purple, so switching up his composition a little bit, but still pretty much the same idea. And teal, again, same thing. Bringing in, I saw a Marauder there. The only person who doesn't seem to be doing too much is green up here. GoSu Gator'd, who is sticking with, I guess, yeah, I guess he's just sticking with his Stalkers here, his Blink Stalker comp. I wonder if he needs more Overlords pumping out creep. Probably. Alrighty, let's see what we got coming here. Looks like a big drop and some blink up about to happen, I'm guessing. They're just seeing this now. Taking out Yellow's guy here. This is pretty big attack here. But I would blink down. I mean, oh no, never mind, the drops happen, so can't leave him abandoned. Gotta back him up. Take out all of Yellow's units. Try and get these. Oh, is there a fungal there? There is. Nice. Great fungal. Trying to run these away, I think. There they go. Was there a fungal? That was so confusing. I think there was. Yeah, there definitely was. Look at all those that Strife has. So that's what he was doing all that time. I guess he was really building his economy so he could focus on a ton of infestors and stuff, which are, infestors are so awesome. I think they're a really underutilized unit by a lot of players. Not pros. Pros tend to use them fairly effectively, but a lot of players in all levels of ladder tend to underuse them. So we've got Gator'd chilling out up by his base, still not doing anything crazy, working on Zealot Charge, and Neural Parasite starting to research for Strife. So we've got Neural Parasite coming in, we've got Terran level 1s finishing for teal, we've got Concussive Shells finishing for purple, and then Zealot Charge just underway for dark green. Ooh, he's probably going to try and fungal that. I don't think he could reach it. I mean, there's nothing in it, but he doesn't know that, so it's always cool to try and... Oh, can he drop this factory? Probably not. Oh, well, with the Vikings, maybe. Yeah, the Vikings will definitely finish that off. So factory down. That's alright, though. It couldn't have been that important. It was just sitting there anyways. Neural Parasite's still not done. This is probably a little bit early for the engagement. I mean, it would have been nice to do it probably while Neural Parasite was finished, but... Getting a fungal down over here. I think that this is going to finish in favor of the Evil Genius team. So close, though. I mean, it's so hard to follow two players microing too, but we've got our Infested Terran army coming in here, trying to help out, but I think that might have ended in a little bit in favor of the other... No, there's still some Evil Genius army left here, and they did escape with a lot of infestors and stuff too, so I'd say pretty close. I mean, let's look at our 87 supply, 90 supply, 60 supply, 63 supply, so definitely was in favor of the Evil Genius team. They are up each by about 20 to 30 supply, and they retreated perfectly in time. I mean, taking a third here, just killing some guys off down here, but really there's no need to keep pushing if your opponent, I mean, you know what I mean, like, they did a great amount of damage and they're pulling back so they can reinforce. They know that their opponents have to focus on building armies back up, so they can focus on things like upgrades and expansions. And look at this, both players taking an expansion, working on a hive. We've got a Spire coming in, and we've got 2 tech labs on the way with Mobius Reactor coming in. So I think we're going to see some ghosts on the field as well. Very interesting. Just now, Purple's reaching sort of the level of supply that the Evil Genius team was at, so they're just hitting 80. Green is just hitting 80. Let's see where they're at now up here. 105 and 105. So expanding to a 4th base up here. Wow. A 4 base, 3 base versus 2 base, 2 base. I mean, this is getting awfully one-sided. Yeah, I mean, when you win a little victory like that, I forget who it was. They have a strat video online, but they were saying what they like to do, and this is their strategy for winning Protoss games, is they'll defend, and every time they successfully defend and kill their opponent's army, they will expand. And that's all they do until they've got like 4 or 5 expansions, and then they move out, because they know that every time they kill off their opponent's army, that opponent has to retreat with whatever little forces they have left, and they have to rebuild their army. Whereas they don't have to rebuild their army because they just successfully defended at their base using things like cannons and whatnot for support and force fields and whatnot. So they would put those minerals into expansions and then building their army larger with that expansion and into extra production facilities. And it was a really cool strategy. I mean, every game felt like that it would probably take 25-30 minutes to win, but really cool strategy. So let's see, while I've been chitty-chatting about nonsense, what's happened here. We've got a lot of High Templars, a lot of Archons coming in, and not much unit comp change from the Evil Genius team. Look at this, the Medivacs healing the Zealots. I always loved that, I always thought that was cool. We've got an expansion coming out here from Purple. Ooh, let's see what's about to happen here. I think we're about to see a pretty big engagement. Ooh, some feedback's going down. Kind of devastating. Feedback's such a powerful spell, and again, not a lot of people using it, but like for these poor guys, 200 energy, well, they have 170 energy, and 80 life, 90 life, they're done. They're toast. So, got Broodlords coming in. Yes, please. I love Broodlords. That's cool. Purple working on this base here. It drops, it falls. And we've got, ooh, a nice fungal here. A lot of units trapped by that. Trying to fungal again, probably. Ooh, lots of feedback, so still another fungal. Takes out a lot of units. Didn't get one more off. There it is. That is really going to crush that army. Wow, only one unit getting away with his life. And chasing these ones down with stim. Ooh, big army back up here. Great storm. Crazy engagement here. Chasing them down with stim because they know they can catch. Oh, and taking out some... Can he hit those? That's funny. I didn't know you could hit them from there. But manages to take out one refinery, moves the probes out of there so the siege tanks can't kill them. Working on that base. Let's take a look at supply real quick. 147, 161 against 132, 134. So, I mean, overall about 30-40 supply difference. Not overwhelming, not huge, because you gotta remember it's 2v2, so not huge difference. Basically, you can think of it as a 400 supply, about 30 or 40 difference, so just about 10%. Not a huge difference. This could be another engagement here. Kind of catching armies out of position, and broodlords on their own, which you don't want to have ever. What is this army up to? Where is it heading? This is a pretty powerful army here. Upgrades are 1 armor here. We got nothing for this. 2-1 for strife. Holy engagement. Look at the fungal on that. Right as the stem went down. Ooh, I hear snipes. These zealots are running through the army. Huge. This is a tough one to call, but it looks like Evil Genius Team is coming out ahead again. I mean, the fungals really did it for them there, because I remember seeing like 12 Marines die at the same time here. 2 kills, 5 kills, 0. Are these all fresh? These are all fresh. I wanted to see where those went, but I think they all died. Yeah, they all died, darn it. Because there was a lot of kills from some of those. But let's take a look at supply count here. 125, 135, 62, and 88. Units lost. Wow. That kind of tells you the tale right there. Oh, wow. And they're leaving. They called it, I guess. I guess they did just barely win. I don't know why Strife left so early, but I think he might have left just out of what do you call it? Like out of habit, because he saw his one opponent leave, but there was actually 2, so I think he just barely beat out Kai Hall from leaving. But cool game, pretty cool game. That was awesome, fun to watch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it too, and I'll post it up right away. See you soon.